Welcome to Fun Facts Daily, your source for just the good stuff. Monday through Friday, we're bringing fun facts and news you can use, all carefully curated to uplift and inform. So give yourself a break, relax, and learn something awesome in just a few minutes every day. Hi everyone, I'm Kyle Wood, and today we're going to be learning all about showers. But before we get into the facts, let's warm up our brains with a little challenge to see if you can tell fact from fiction. Consider this. We tend to think of the shower as a relatively modern luxury. Since the Industrial Revolution and modern plumbing, we've come up with a number of different fixtures to get ourselves clean. But you ever stop to think about what people did before the 1800s? Would you believe the only strategies people had were soaking in a bathtub or using a washstand to scrub down with sponges and buckets of water? What do you think? Is the shower an exclusively modern convenience? We'll find out at the end of the episode. Now for your word of the day. Our word for today is pluviophile. That's Pluviophile. While pluviophile sounds like a complex scientific term, it's actually just describing a very common feeling. A pluviophile is a person who finds joy and peace of mind during rainy days. It comes from the Latin pluvia, meaning rain, and the Greek suffix phile, which means lover of. In the context of our episode today, many people find that the artificial rain of a shower provides the same sense of sanctuary and calm. Humans have long associated falling water with renewal and comfort. Beyond just the physical act of getting clean, the rhythmic sound and sensation of water, whether from the sky or a showerhead, it has well-documented psychological and physiological effects that a pluviophile just can't get enough of. Time for your daily high five, our top 5 fun facts about showers. Number 1. The first patent for a mechanical shower came in 1767 by a London stove maker named William Feetham. Feetham's invention, known as the English Regency Shower, was a far cry from the relaxing experiences we have today. It consisted of a large basin where the user would stand and a hand pump that would force the water into a container above the user's head. When the user pulled a string, all the water would come crashing down at once, which must have been quite a shock to the system. The biggest drawback, though, was that this early design didn't have water connected to a drain or a fresh supply. The user had to reuse the same dirty water over and over. Each time the pump was used, the soapy, used water from the bottom of the basin was sent back to the top to fall again. Despite this less than hygienic cycle, it did pave the way for the plumbing innovations that would eventually bring fresh, running water to every home. Number 2. Showering can be difficult in certain environments, so NASA engineers had to invent a special zero-gravity shower for astronauts that used a vacuum cleaner-like system to prevent water from floating away. During the Skylab missions in the 1970s, NASA realized that in a microgravity environment, water wouldn't fall over an astronaut. It would simply form giant, suffocating blobs of liquid that clung to their face. To solve the problem, they designed a collapsible, pressurized tube that an astronaut would step into. The system used a powerful air suction engine at the bottom to pull the water droplets down across the skin, essentially creating an artificial gravity environment just for the shower. While the technology was a marvel of engineering, the astronauts found it incredibly tedious. It took almost 2 hours for them to set it up, use it, and then vacuum up every single stray droplet to prevent equipment damage. And that's why modern astronauts on the International Space Station have a different system. They traded that shower booth for a high-tech version of a sponge bath. Because water behaves like a sticky, gelatinous blob in microgravity rather than falling in a stream, they use a specialized pouch to squeeze small amounts of water and no-rinse soap directly onto their skin. Surface tension keeps the liquid stuck to them while they scrub with a washcloth. Once they're finished, they simply towel off, and the station's advanced life support system acts like a giant dehumidifier to collect the evaporating moisture from the air, filtering and purifying that used shower water and even their sweat to recycle it back into fresh drinking water. Going to such great lengths recycling every drop of water might seem like an extreme measure, but kind of everything's extreme in space. When you think about all it takes to transport water up to the International Space Station, it's a very precious and expensive commodity. I've seen estimates that it's about $1,000 a gallon to bring water up to outer space, so they've got to make the most of everything they've got. And that's not the only environment where the scarcity of fresh water has led to some creative problem solving. Think about people on a submarine or a ship at sea. The practice of the Navy shower has become the gold standard for efficiency. The process involves turning the water on just long enough to get wet, turning it off to lather up with soap, and then turning it back on for a final 30-second rinse. This method can reduce water usage from the average 60 gallons down to as little as about 3 gallons per person. Number 3. On the other end of the spectrum, the world record for the longest shower lasted over 340 hours, but this one doesn't sound like it was a relaxing experience. In 1987, a man named Kevin Catfish McCarthy spent 341 hours, just over 14 days, under a shower head to set a world record. At first, this might sound like a dream, but as we get into the details, it turns into a bit more of a nightmare. It required immense physical endurance and medical supervision. His skin began to not only get pruny, it softened to a dangerous degree. And he also had to deal with the physical toll of standing and remaining awake for extended periods. The record kind of highlighted the biological limits of our skin's permeability. Our skin is designed to be water resistant, but prolonged exposure to water for hundreds of hours can lead to a breakdown of the skin's natural barriers. And that's why the Guinness World Records has actually stopped monitoring this specific category. For safety reasons, they don't want to encourage anyone to try to set or break a record that could be harmful to them. Number 4. Showering in cold water can actually trick your body into boosting its immune system and metabolism. When you subject your body to a burst of cold water, it experiences a cold shock response, which causes your heart rate to increase and your blood vessels to constrict. The process, known as vasoconstriction followed by vasodilation, acts like a workout for your circulatory system. Proponents of cold hydrotherapy argue that this jumpstarts the production of white blood cells, which are the body's primary defense against illness. Additionally, cold showers can stimulate the production of brown fat, a type of fat tissue that generates energy by burning calories to keep your body warm. Unlike the white fat that stores energy, brown fat is metabolically active and can help improve your overall insulin sensitivity. And if you're not a cold shower person, I get it, but you can still take small steps. They say even just ending your warm shower with a 30-second blast of cold water can provide a significant boost to your alertness and mood for the rest of the day. And our 5th and final fun fact for today, those so-called shower thoughts are actually the result of a specific neurological state. When you hop in the shower, your brain begins to release a steady stream of dopamine, which is the feel-good neurotransmitter associated with creativity. Because showering is a low-effort, repetitive task, your conscious mind wanders, allowing your subconscious to make connections it wouldn't normally make during a stressful workday. This relaxed state is the perfect environment for epiphanies, those aha moments to surface unexpectedly. The warm water and isolation provide a sensory deprivation of sorts from the distractions from the outside world. Scientists have found that when we're in this relaxed alpha wave brain state, we're significantly more likely to solve complex problems. It isn't just a coincidence that you remember a forgotten name or solve a coding error while washing your hair. It's your brain finally having the quiet space to process information efficiently. And that's not the only way showers can help your mental state. Here's a little bonus fact for today. Stepping into a shower actually changes the air chemistry around you, creating a natural antidepressant effect through negative ions. When water crashes against a surface, like the floor of your shower, it creates a physical phenomenon called the Leonard effect, which strips electrons from the air and creates negative ions. In nature, these are found in high concentrations near waterfalls and ocean waves, and scientific studies suggest that inhaling these ions can increase levels of serotonin in the brain. This is why a shower often feels like a mood reset button. You're literally breathing in air that helps alleviate stress and boost daytime energy. Now for some news you can use. If you want to make your shower feel like a high-end spa without spending a fortune, try a eucalyptus steam. All you need to do is buy a bundle of fresh eucalyptus branches from a florist. Usually about 3 to 5 sturdy stems are enough to be effective, and tie them to your shower head using a bit of twine or a rubber band. Position them just behind the water stream so they are hit by the steam rising and not the direct heavy pressure of the water, which can wash away the oils too quickly. The eucalyptus will start releasing essential oils through a process called hydrodiffusion. As hot steam envelops the leaves, it breaks down the plant's cell membranes, releasing volatile organic compounds like eucalyptol. When you inhale these vapors, they act as a natural vasodilator, widening the blood vessels in your nasal passages and lungs to increase oxygen flow and clear out congestion. And the great thing is, a bundle of eucalyptus branches isn't a one-and-done luxury. It'll usually last about 3 or 4 weeks of daily showers. You'll know it's time to replace the branches when the leaves turn dull, brittle brown, or when the refreshing scent starts to fade away. And now for a little more news you can use. It seems like now is a good time to do another giveaway as my way of saying thanks for listening. Just email funfactsdailypod@gmail.com and put our word of the day, pluviophile, in the subject for your chance to win a $50 gift card. Do that by Saturday, March 21st, and I'll randomly select a winner. So again, just email funfactsdailypod@gmail.com with our word of the day, pluviophile, that's PLUVIOPHILE, in the subject line, and do that by Saturday, March 21st for a chance to win a $50 gift card. And the epiphany I had in the shower today was, rather than me picking the gift card, you can put in the body of the email where you want the gift card to, whether you want a Visa gift card or a specific retailer. I'll do my best to accommodate. And finally, the moment you've been waiting for. At the beginning of the episode, I asked, are showers a strictly modern invention? Well, this one's a fallacy. While it's true that many people in history used baths, the ancient Greeks actually had highly sophisticated shower rooms as early as the 4th century BCE. Archaeologists have discovered ruins in cities like Pergamon that feature intricate systems of aqueducts and lead pipes designed to deliver water through carved shower heads, often shaped like lion heads. These systems provided high-pressure water for athletes to wash off after exercise long before the plumbing systems we use today. So it would seem the modern shower is actually much older than you might think. Now, I hope you enjoyed learning a bit about showers with me today, and be sure to tune in every weekday for even more fun facts. Fun Facts Daily is an Airwave Media podcast. It was written, recorded, mixed, and edited by me, Kyle Wood. Thanks for sharing a part of your day with me. Be sure to follow Fun Facts Daily on your favorite podcast app so you can keep the good stuff coming your way every day. And if you like the show, please do me a favor and leave a kind rating, review, or just tell your friends about it.